Okay, SnowGo 101, installment 5. Today we're pulling the valves. Move the valves out of the block. And it's been quite an adventure getting that worked out. The problem is, this block is so tight that it's difficult to get a tool down in there to compress these springs. The idea is you want to compress the spring here, pull that up, which in turn pulls the valve out, and the valve goes up when you compress the spring. And then you want to get a wrench onto there and then tap the valve, bring it back down, and then you can get the keepers out of here once you've got a little bit of room in there. So the problem is getting a straight shot at this spring with any kind of valve compression tool. This block is just in the way here. It's a real tight fit in there. So here's what we came up with. A friend of mine, based on an idea that I found on the Ford Trucks forum, I'll put a link to that post. Just a neat little tool fella made, and so I decided to copy his idea. I'll give him credit in the. I'll give you a link to his post. What we do is we take a set of vice grips and weld a couple of junk 5/8" wrenches to it, and there we have a handy valve spring compressor that you can get a straight shot in. Problem with tools like this is that there's just too much of an angle right here, and that intake ports there get right in the way of that. Your intake hits right here, the intake port, and you can't get a straight shot because of the angle there. But this nice and straight right here, so we're in business. So the idea is, let's see if I can set the phone down here so you can watch what's going on. Hope that, is that going to work? Can you see that? It's not going to work. Maybe I can set it here. That might work. Get a bite on it. Spring down in there. Clamp it shut. Now, remember it's in the block, and the block is right there, from there to there. And the valve is going to push out when we do that. So what we do is we get our 1/2" wrench inside the block, put it there. That 1/2" is perfect size for that, by the way. It just fits right on there. See, we want to let that keeper, want to let the inner ring come out through the wrench while we're holding the outer one. So we do that, and then we tap our valve, and it comes out, and we can take these keepers out. Once we've got the keepers out, and that comes apart, then the whole assembly comes apart. Pull the valve out of the block, and it's all disassembled. They sure did things differently 80 years ago, didn't they? Okay, so that's what we'll do today, and we'll get all the valves out, and then we'll set about getting the block cleaned up and the heads cleaned up and getting everything put back together. Okay, that's it for today, and appreciate you following along. Take care, for the love of the truck.